I do. We've got about 8 minutes left. I would like to selfishly dive into something that I've done for Chat GPT this week that I
Yes,
would.
I saw your post. I was so excited about this. I'm
Okay,
like, time saver.
so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring up my Chat GPT instance, and I will show you how I did this because I was just showing my supervisor, which is kind of fun. So let me show you really quick what I've been doing with Chat GPT. Okay. So you can see here. Oh, sorry, that's me. That's me working on some LinkedIn stuff. But what I've done here, okay, what I did that was really interesting is that I put in, and I know you probably can't see the exact words here, but this is just a demonstration. So what I did was I said, this is the question. So here's the question that was asked by the RFP. This question was asked in an RFP. And then I put in my answer, right? So here's all the answer. And I asked it, can you tell me how I can improve my answer? And it told me your answer seems to address the requirements of the RFP effectively. Okay, good, you did all right. Like you hit the main points. But what we'd love to see is actually how the reporting features could be used in everyday life, essentially. So then I asked it, after it pointed out my deficits, I said, hey, can you tell me how I would address those deficits? And then it gave me some ideas. And I said, okay, well, number 3 is absolutely not relevant because we don't offer that service. But numbers 1, 2, and 4 actually give me an understanding of how somebody would use our platform, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as a consequence, what I was able to do then was add a couple of these bullet points and flesh them out with our specific offerings. But all I did was ask, how can I improve my answer to this question? And all of a sudden, I had this amazing output. Thank you, Daniel, for saying that. I feel like it's amazing too. What I've started to do, and what I think is really important for us to realize, is that the AI is just like a primary source, and we're like the journalists, right? So how can I query? And again, you will notice that this required human intervention, right? Like I couldn't just be like, help me improve my answer, and then not read this and then just copy and paste it in, right? Like I had to continually query and ask additional questions and say like, okay, what additional benefits could I add, or like, where could I improve? So it did require, human thought, but we can interrogate this system in a way that is really engaging. And I just thought I'd bring that forward. And Beth is saying, I love going back and forth with Chat GPT. Yeah, so do we. It's a whole bunch of fun. So Ben, what's your thought on that? Or like, tell me what you think.
So how many times have I reused content from a library and I'm like, does this really answer the question? And I'm like, what is relevant? And there are times that I struggle, like especially when I'm receiving questions from SMEs. Sometimes I have to reread it like 3 or 4 times to be like, did we answer the question? There's a lot of jargon and gobbledygook in here. Like, like what's the level of the reader? Like I have to do a lot of that thinking. And like to have something like ChatGPT kind of just like get my thoughts in line on this and streamline that process of like, anyways, I'm super excited. Like when you came up with this use case, I'm like, great, that's something I can use in my practice today. So